So today, what I am going to do, I just had this idea this afternoon, is I'm going to make an Indian feast. And I've chosen my recipe somewhat carefully, not completely carefully, not with lots and lots of thought, but with some care, because I'm trying to do something that is easy enough for most people to do with time restrictions and shopping restrictions and all that, but that is really, really decadent, really relatively easy and relatively healthy. And with the second main dish, there will be a vegan option or a vegetarian option. So starting with the first main dish, I'm going to have two main dishes served with basmati rice. This one is my take on a very famous Bengali dish, which is shrimp and mustard curry, coconut mustard curry. But I'm going to do a slightly different spin on it because, first of all, mustard oil is not that easy to find. And also because a lot of people, including myself, we find it very hard to digest. So what I'm going to be doing instead, I have a whole bunch of spices I'm going to show, but what I'm going to do instead is actually cheat a bit and use prepared mustard. A bit, as I was saying, in addition to using prepared mustard, I am going to be using a whole bunch of spices, but I'm also going to use, and I'll show later in more detail, I'm going to be showing, I may as well show it now in detail. I have some mustard seeds that I've ground with a mortar and pestle. And like I was saying before, mustard oil is readily available in most stores, especially most Asian or most Indian stores, but I do find it very hard to digest, so I want to do something a little lighter. And I'll just go through the ingredients first. First, I'm going to do the mustard coconut sauce. And before I do that, I will just show what I have here. I have some grated ginger and garlic. I do not have onions. I find onions a little overpowering. And the kitchen smells amazing, though I haven't even cooked anything yet. And I have some parts of garam masala. We have some green cardamom seeds, and we have some bay leaves. And I have some mustard powder. I have some cumin, some prepared mustard, as I was saying. I have some chili flakes, and I have some turmeric. And I, of course, have this ground mustard seeds. So what I'm going to start doing is I have the, I'm going to just turn it down a little bit. So I have the ginger and garlic. And some of you know I was quite sick this spring and summer. So I got used to working, doing a lot of cooking with one hand, and I did not have a YouTube channel at that point, but I'm finding that it's very, very handy for doing YouTube channels when I'm doing my own camera work. So we've got that. We're gonna, because it was on high, it started already to brown quite rapidly, so I'm turning it to a much, much lower flame, and I'm just gonna add the spices. You do not want, and look how good this already looks, and it smells out of this world amazing. Okay. Okay, so to this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the coconut milk. And I'm going to stir this until the gravy becomes, I'm just going to raise the heat actually, until the gravy becomes a little thicker. So I will let that go. And once I do that, I'm going to be adding the shrimp. You can see the sauce has gotten quite thick, and to this beautiful sauce, I like to do it this way because, as I had mentioned in a previous episode, I love my shrimp as big as possible, and they cook very, very fast. So I'm just going to be adding these shrimp. They're, I think, big or colossal sized shrimp, or jumbo, and they're already cooked. So I do not, or did not, I should say, want to cook them. Hold on, I'm just going to get this. I did not want to cook these any more than needed. They're already cooked. They're actually ready to be eaten. And I just added them to this beautiful sauce. And I wish you could smell this amazing first main dish. So there you go. There's my shrimp in mustard and coconut milk. And I'm done. I'm going to start the next dish now. Okay guys, so I'm back with the second main dish, which are going to be shish kebabs. I think that's how you pronounce it, shish kebabs. And I'm just playing as usual. I'm doing my take. There are about thousands, maybe hundreds or thousands of recipes on YouTube, online, you know, on how to do kebabs. And before I forget, you do not have to use ground meat. You can use a plant-based substitute. I am using meat because I don't have that and you can use other substitutes, and I would encourage you to do that, and in the future I will be doing that as well. But as I was mentioning, this is what I have on hand, so this is what I'm using. So as usual, I do like to play. Over the years I've fiddled with this recipe, and I'm just going to show you the basics. I have some chopped up onions. I prefer to chop up the onions because the grated, I find, is, first of all, it's a lot of work, and second of all, grated is great for curries because it gives a nice sort of like a wet texture, very nice texture, very good for curries and such. But for kebab, I like the chopped onion because I think it gives a stronger flavor. For the spice, I'm using Shan, which is my favorite. You can get it at Loblaws, I believe, and definitely at Walmart, and for sure in Indian grocery stores. So I have shish kebab barbecue mix, but I have used other kebab mixes. I've even used meat masalas in the past. I just experiment with what I have in the pantry, and that's what I had today. And I have some grated ginger and garlic. For kebab, I'm garlic heavy. And for curries, I'm usually favor the ginger. And as I was showing the shish kebab spice mixture, this is it. And I have some ketchup. I sometimes use chili sauce, but the other person who will be joining me, unfortunately his stomach is not as strong as it used to be, so I am using ketchup, but you can use chili sauce. And this is coriander chutney. I will be using that to dip the kebabs in later, but I find it gives a beautiful flavor to the mixture. So I'm just going to be pouring everything in, and then I am going to be mixing it all. And I will obviously do a better job. I'm just doing this with one hand for now. And then I'm going to be shaping this into oval patties. Hold on 1 second, I'm almost done here. So I'm just going to give this a very good mix, and then I'm going to shape, and then I'm going to bake these. I'm not going to fry. There's no need to, and I'm always trying to do the healthier option. For me, there's almost no difference in taste between fried ones and baked ones. And this way you get a lot of the oils out through baking. So I'm going to bake these for about 45 minutes to an hour, and then I will be back. Okay, so what I thought I'd do, I had mentioned I was just going to shape them, the meat mixture, into kebabs and put them in the oven. And I thought, why not just show the size that I shaped them in. I've got about 6 and sorry, I have 6, and they're about the same size, and I'm just going to put them in the oven now. But I just thought this would give a good idea about the shape and the size. And also I wanted to add, I don't add egg and I don't add breadcrumbs. I don't find they're really that necessary, and without it, the kebabs are more flavorful, I find. Anyways, that's just my choice. So they're about to go into the oven, and I will be back with everything put together. Okay, everybody, I'm back in the kitchen. I thought I would get dressed up just to be in the spirit or in the mood of this Indian feast. And I will just, if the cameraman can come here, I'm going to show you this amazing plate of food. So we have the kebabs, and we have the shrimp and mustard, coconut mustard sauce. I have some rice, and I put some coriander chutney. Now, does that not look unbelievable? The cameraman was kind of joking whether we're having restaurant food because it looks so good. So there you go. It wasn't very hard. I showed quite a simplified version, and the cooking time, other than the cooking time I should say for the kebabs, which I did an hour just to be safe, it's not even very long for the cooking, the actual like stirring cooking time versus the time to cook the meat and so forth. So anyways, here we are, beautiful Indian feast. We're just about to dig in. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I will talk to you very soon with more exciting recipes and ideas. Thanks for watching. Stay blessed and stay safe. Bye for now.